Hey guys, Krabs here. We're going to do in turn 9 for Austro-Hungary and France in Operation Growing Storm. We're in fall-winter of 1917. So starting out, Austrian tech, our major factory is under new ownership. The Russians backed out and the Germans came in, but either way, not rolling tech. So for diplomacy though, we captured and held Cyrenaica for a whole turn, so we're going to get a free influence roll. We're going to use that on Greece. And then we're going to spend 1 on Argentina, and then we'll spend an extra 2 each to increase our chance by 1. Since they're in other people's tracks, it costs more. And then, so that'll put us down to 4, and then our other 4 we'll spend on a camel and a militia. So Argentina, Greece, both are going to be at 1 to 3. Preferably I can hit both, but 1 would be fantastic. Ooh, there's Argentina. Didn't need to spend the extra $2, but it's worth it. So combats. We're going to send our seaplane down to raid, and then this colonial is going to get picked up and go 1, 2. Drop in Sardinia. And all we should have to roll for is the seaplane. So the Brits picked up anti-sub warfare this past turn, so they're now getting a +1 on their defending convoy rolls. So seaplane doesn't get a bonus, at least in the current tech state of where Austro-Hungary's at. So we're fighting against a +1 on there. So we'll be in red, they'll be in black. And okay, you go back to where you came from. You're not doing me any good. So for non-coms now, this pre-dread is going to join back up with the first fleet. This guy will move forward, this guy will move forward, making this 3 underneath. This guy will move to Vienna, and since there's 4 guys there now, let's just chip that out. This mountain, move up to Vienna, and that's all we got. So we'll place our units, a militia, into Vienna. And then how the Austrians came about acquiring camels, no idea, but they're going to put them in Cyrenaica. So we'll collect our income. We're at 8, +1 for Bulgaria, trade. So right back up to 9. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And into the French. So the French captured and held Gold Coast for a turn, so we're going to get a free influence roll for that. We'll use that on Spain. Pay 1 for Greece, pay 1 for Argentina, and then we're going to pay to increase all of them. So pay 1 on top of our free roll for Spain, pay 2 for Greece, and pay 1 extra for Argentina since it is now a neutral. So our rolls for those, Spain's going to be at a 1 to 4, Greece at a 1 to 3, and Argentina at a 1 to 4. Oh, I'm happy I paid for that because that's the only one we hit. And Argentina goes up to stage 1 for France. Little flip-flop on their diplomacy. Switch them over to my side. That was 6 total. Paid 1, 3, and 2 total. That should be 4. This is just a preliminary buy. Tech might change this, but for now, 9, 4, and 10. But with that, these are not mine. Get in the back. Okay, so our 4 tech rolls, we're going to roll industrialization first, because that might change up how I'm going to roll some other stuff. And that sure does, because that's a miss. So we're going to roll naval doctrine. And let's see. Roll in roll early armor. Or to try and get early armor. So naval doctrine. There's one hit at least. And then armor is, oh my goodness, okay. Yep, we just went 1 for 4 on tech. That's great. So our buy is going to stay the same. Spending 23 bucks and combat. So camels. This camel from Niger is going to go through the Sahara to Tripolitania. This guy as well. These 3 guys will move in. Since it's fall-winter, we're only allowed 1 round of combat per battle. So we'll just hit that, see if we can take them both out. If we can, great. If not, we'll retreat. Let's see. These transports are going to grab 2 navals, this early engineer, and this colonial, and drop them all in Sicily. And these 4 ships are going to bombard, try and secure that hit because we need to in the first round or they're all dead. I would pick up the artillery, but artillery doesn't come in until round 2 of an amphibious assault, so there's no point even bringing him because he won't even be able to fight. For raiding, these 2 guys are actually going to raid the Italians, and we're going to end up doing that before this Tripolitania battle, because if we did this first and took it, this line would close and we wouldn't be able to raid. So that's where order of battle comes in handy. So we'll raid, try and do some damage, and then attack this and hopefully take it. But not until we've done our raiding. This guy will raid the Brits. The seaplane will raid the Brits. This army is going to come hit Rome, along with a medium bomber and a fighter are going to come 1, 2, 3 to assist. And these 3 early bombers are going to come bomb factories in London. 2 will hit the undamaged and 1 will hit the damaged major factory. And I think that's going to be all of our combats. So let's grab some raiding dice. So we'll do our rating on the Italians first. We'll be in red with +1. Italians are just flat, no bonus. That's 2 to 2. That's 3 to 2, but that's all we need because we can only do 1 damage on that line. So barely scraped by on that one. Now we've got our coastal sub at +1, but they've also got a +1, and then they also, because of anti-sub warfare, get a defense roll at 2 now, and that supersedes their Q-ship shots at 1 against my coastal subs. So a flat roll-off, and okay, they roll as high as they can, and I roll as low as I can. Now the seaplane, and they've got a +1 against me. And, okay. Rating was fantastic this turn, but can't complain. Nothing died. So now that rating's out of the way, we'll do Tripolitania. We've got 2 camels at 2. There's nothing. 3 at 1. Hey, there's a hit. And then they've got, let's change one of them. They've got an infantry at 3 and a colonial at 2. There's double miss. I imagine the 1 hit he'll take on the colonial. They attack at the same value, but infantry defends better. So 1 round, got to retreat. We'll retreat back to Tunisia. And this guy in Tripolitania lives to see another day. So for Sicily, we've got 4 bombards at 2. And there's the hit we need. So he is dead. We don't have to worry about fighting anyone on Sicily. And the French take it. Okay. Let's see, what else have we got? We can roll our bombing. So 2 are hitting the undamaged, 1's hitting the damaged. There's no intercepting fighters, so we get to roll damage, and then they'll shoot with AAA. So the 2 on the damaged factory, or the undamaged factory, sorry, is going to be 3 and 4, so 7 total. And then on the damaged one, with 1, will be an extra, 5 damage. Nice. So now we're going to roll for each of these. They're shooting back at 3. That's double miss. And another miss there. So that was 3 successful raids. So we'll go ahead and add ourselves 3 for that. And then we'll add up some damage. So 7. Let's grab a damage marker. And then we'll just fly these guys back. So 7 on this one. And then adding 5 on top of the 2 that is already there. Let's unlock that. So there's 7 on that one now too. So 7 and 7 damage on each of those factories. All the bombers live. I think that was a good run. So now this battle in Rome. So we've got, let's see, got those guys. No poison gas. It's a mountain territory, so land units are getting -1, but the mountains negate that. 2 heavies will be at 5. 3 normals will be at 2. Mountains are getting boosted from artillery. Medium bomber is at 7. An early fighter at 3, and a normal fighter at 6. Okay, so first strikes. Got 3 of those, 3 of these, so 3 at 2. There's 1 hit. My 2 heavies at 5. That's a, oh gosh, double miss, great. Oh, I forgot to bring all their stuff down. I gotta remember what armored cars are at. Let's see, vehicle. Armored cars are at, ooh, defend at 1. Okay. And they have target select at 1. Against what is the real question. Oh, I guess against anything. Oh no. But they're in a city, so everyone's defending 1 higher for every round. And I've got a first strike. So I imagine he'll take the armored car since it only defends at 1. Just there's a better chance to get a hit. We can see otherwise if he wants to change that. But that's first strikes out of the way. So we've got 1 at 1. Ooh, there's a hit. 3 mountains at 2. There's nothing. And early fighter at 3. Nothing. fighter at 6. There's a miss. And a tactical, or not a tactical, medium bomber at 7. Okay, that went swimmingly. So one more hit. This is going to be kind of brutal. Oh, just 2. 2 at 3. There's 1 hit. And 5 at 4. There's 1, 2 more hits, so 3 hits total. Oh no. Take that guy, take that guy, take that guy. And call that. So that went quite poorly. This medium bomber has 6 movement total with the airfield. He moved 3, so he'll just come back here. And then the fighter's going to join them. Then the defenders are going back into Rome. And that should be it. Okay, I think that was it for combat. So non-coms. This transport plane is going to pick up this guy and go 1, 2, 3. Drop him in Gibraltar. Pretty sure they have 6 total movement. Air transport, yes. So he'll just do that and then fly back. This transport is going to move up here, import. Actually, no, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and chill in here with the first. Yeah, he'll do that. I think. Yeah. Okay. Gonna have one guy rail to northern Italy, join this army. And what else do we got? What else we got? I think that's... What about these guys? Nah, they'll be good for now. Yeah, okay, so we'll call that our non-combat. We'll place our guys. Two camels, 1 northern Algeria, 1 Morocco. Our fighter is going to go into Paris, and then our 3 guys. One's going to go southern France, 1 will go Normandy, 1 will go Picardy. And we'll collect our income. So we are up to, no, nothing changed on that, right? Because we just took Sicily, it's not worth anything. Didn't take Tripolitania. So, yeah, nothing should change. Okay, so 24 plus 2 for trade is is 26 plus our 3 from raids, so 29. And that'll be that, so we'll go ahead and hand it over to Russia for their turn 9.